Nia Vardalos, so fantastic to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
And almost 15 years on from the first film, because of course we're celebrating My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
A long time ago, I had a big fat Greek wedding. Now my daughter is all grown up.
Hope you applied to some local colleges too.
Why do parents always say dream big when they really mean not too big?
So good to have you back.
Thank you. The Greek wool is what we're calling it.
Yeah. And of course, last time you were struggling with an early midlife crisis. Your character.
Yeah.
I won't say you in real life, because that would be presumptuous.
But I actually was writing from a point of view that I myself had gone through. I married a man who was not Greek, who got baptized Greek Orthodox. And of course, the mercenary side of me during his baptism was thinking, this should be a movie. But I didn't ever think I would be able to write one.
So inspired by real life.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that because it says that I looked online, it says your dad in real life is called Gus, and I wondered how close to your real life and your family the films are.
Yeah, he said certain things like kimono comes from the Greek word himona, stuff like that, he said, but then the rest of it I made up. Some of it is true and some of it is not. I don't tell what's true and what's not because I've seen the light go out of people's eyes when I tell the piece. So I just go, yes, it's all true, it's a documentary.
Ian and I are just trying to find a minute to ourselves.
How about another date tonight?
And afterward, satin, slippery like an eel. You're welcome. Shave everything.
And there is a gay... I don't want to spoil anything, because obviously there is a lot of surprises in the movie, but there is a gay character. Won't say who.
You know what? It's about time, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
indicative of our own families. 10% of the population, they say, 20%, who knows? But I wanted to be as inclusive as what's reflected in my own family. Of course, of my 27 first cousins, of course, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 are gay.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm curious as to how that started, because obviously the actor who plays the gay character is straight. He's a straight man with kids.
That's right.
How did he react to that storyline?
He loved it.
That's
really
fantastic.
wanted to do it. Yeah. I'm proud of him. What actually happened is on the eve of my actual wedding, my cousin did come out. And I thought, how brilliant of him, because everyone was like, what? Okay, fine. And didn't deal with it. But I didn't want to put it into the first movie because I hadn't checked with him first. And it's his storyline. So then I thought it's important. We have to reflect what's actually happening in our own family.
It's amazing because it treats the relationship as a relationship that we all have.
Yeah. And
it's kind of universal, isn't it?
Yeah, the reaction of the gay character's parents in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 is the exact reaction of my family to when the first of our gay cousins came out. There wasn't a blink, not a moment, because it's family. And life goes on and we are who we are.
But is it also because everybody kind of knows what's really going on anyway and they're just sort of waiting for someone to say?
It's possible. Although my cousin Nikki, the real Nikki, did say to the cousin who came out, she said, well, you did throw me off when you didn't like musicals, but I had a hint when you made your own pesto.
You look pretty.
What are you doing?
Dad! And my family is still too close.
Parents deserve a sex life too.
I'm loving, there are a lot of funny moments in the movie. Obviously it's a comedy, but the way you've written it, there are some great tips for people of advancing years. And I love the pinch the neck moments where the girls are having their photo taken and they've got that tip of pinching the back of the neck, so they're pinching each
it works
other's
for us
necks.
all. That's
It's
my
brilliant.
response to if anyone thinks you have to get a facelift in Hollywood. No, you don't. Just have a cousin close by to hold the back of your neck. And look, it works. Look, 12 years old.
It's amazing. I'm going to get you to start doing that.
Yeah, well, I was going to say,
I need it.
with me, I need that as well.
Family's always in my business.
Keep your eyeballs open for a nice Greek boy, so one day you can make babies.
They follow me everywhere. I need some air.
And it's good to see you're still married to Ian Miller as well, your character.
Yeah.
Who John Corbett played the character. He was fantastic in Sex and the City as well.
Isn't he terrific? The whole cast is back. The entire cast came back for the sequel, which is lovely. And then, of course, we added a generation in that we have a whole teenage generation and below, younger children too, in the family. And I wanted to just show that that's life. Life goes on.
I think you're very lucky that everybody was still with us because there's some quite elderly people in the first film. And when I saw them all come, it's like, wow, these people must really be looking after themselves, you know?
They're troopers.
That's
amazing.
They were troopers too on the set. There was a scene that we filmed in the college fair, and Michael Constantine and the man who plays Uncle Taki, Jerry Mendocino, we didn't get to them until about 2:00 in the morning. And we were like, oh boy, somebody go, we thought we'd have to go to their trailers and wake them up. So I said, okay, when we're ready for the scene, and the assistant director turned and they were right behind us munching on tuna sandwiches going, oh, are you ready for us? Okay.
I love it.
Professionals.
But there's always
The priest never signed the wedding license.
a few surprises.
We're not married? I'm a hippie.
We had a British director. Kirk Jones was our director. And so this poor man, a sweet British director and the Greek family, we never shut up.
And you've got Tom Hanks as one of the producers.
Oh, of
as well.
course. Same as the first one.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So it's kind of keeping it in the family, isn't it? Because similarities, obviously, to the first movie. Was that intentional that you wanted to keep that theme for the people that loved the first movie, keep that the same?
It's important, I think, for the audience to trust me and know that I'm going to write from the same point of view, and that I'm not going to put anything in there that's offensive to your children or your parents. I do push it a little, like I always do. And of course, you're going to offend somebody. You can't help it. And so I just write what I think is funny. I don't really write from that point of view of marketing or anything. But it is beautiful that the whole cast came back.
And was it lovely all spending time together again?
Yes, it really was. I think the food budget must have gone through the roof. Plus, my real family showed up to be background actors. And my dad is constantly picking stuff up and going, can I eat this? I'm like, Dad, it's a prop. No, it's been covered with shellac. And he's like banging the top of the moussaka going, all right.
Now, my family has come together.
Who says a woman has to be married?
You. All our lives.
The wedding is off.
To pull off another
Beautiful.
big fat Greek wedding.
Take a photo. All right, pull my neck. 1, 2, pull.
I wanted to ask you as well, because you do so many different things. Is there any aspect of your work that you enjoy more? Like from the writing, the acting, the stage, or film or the directing, or do you just love it all?
I love acting, period. I write to act. And I write... I try to be very pro-woman without being anti-male. So you see that the men are well represented in the film, but the women have lovely arcs. All we're looking for is parity. So instead of complaining constantly about the dearth of female roles, I just write some in response to that, and I will continue to do it.
And you mentor female writers as well, don't you?
I do, and males. Parity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though I'm taking a step back, I will always be right here.
Why aren't you in Greek club?
Every day of my life is Greek club.
They're really strong female characters in the movie. Particularly, I love the lady who plays your mother.
Isn't she terrific?
Yes.
I've forgotten her name now, and I'm embarrassed about that. But
Lainey Kazan plays Maria.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's lovely. And I love Aunt Vula as well.
She's actually my favourite character.
She's a
so
joy.
funny.
Yeah.
I loved it when she comes, without spoiling, comes into your room and gives you some advice on your relationships.
The worst, isn't
we
it?
all need an Aunt Vula.
Oh my God. In my own life, I walked down the red carpet at the People's Choice Award, and my cell phone rang as I got to the end of the carpet, and it was my aunt calling from Chicago to tell me that my skirt was too short.
What could you do about that?
Not a thing, right? I pulled it down like, oh my gosh.
We come from a long line of strong women. Remember, Paris, protect the Polaki.
Eyes open, knees shut. If your knees are open, shut your eyes.
Oh dear.
We were talking earlier, Catherine mentioned about the love scenes, and it is a common thing that obviously a lot of actors have to do, especially if they're married or in a relationship.
Yes.
And you were talking about...
Well, I just wondered how you do it, because
how
I'm quite a
difficult
jealous person, and I'm not an actress, but has there ever been a problem with you sort of snogging another man, and you're like, yeah, hello, darling, I've just been snogging someone in the back of a car again.
No, it's awful. I can't even pretend.
Really? It's
It's
awful.
like
Okay.
it's really thank God John Corbett and I are friends. But Alexi Georgoulas, who I made out with all across Greece. It's all David Duchovny, and I always subliminally write a line where I make the boy call me pretty in all my movies. I do it for us all. But it is odd, and so my husband has never seen the makeout scenes.
Oh, right.
Is it quite mechanical, though? Because obviously you've got loads of crew.
Well, that's what Phil said. Yeah, but there's crew, and you probably. I said, yeah, but you are still doing it.
You are. No, there's friction, definitely, and things happen, and it's dark in the car, and you never know. Well, John and I have an agreement that if one of our hands strays somewhere, that we won't hold it against each other.
Yeah.
Actually, on the first movie, I was so shy because I never thought when I wrote the movie that I would actually get to film it. So we were standing. I saw him in the makeup trailer, and I walked out, and we were going to do the makeout scene that day on the first movie. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, John, you know the scene that we're going to do now?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "In that scene, it's that we've known each other for a full year." And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "But in reality, I've only known you 4 days. So why don't you just kiss me now? And just let's get it over with because I'm embarrassed that the crew is going to be watching." And he went, "Right now?" I said, "Yeah, right now." So he just kissed me. And I was like, okay. And we found out later that the makeup and hair trailer opened. And our hair guy came out and saw us and went, "Oh, they're having an affair."
Unfortunately, we're getting the finger of truth from the other room. We've got to say thank you and
Time
so
is always
much.
short.
And good luck with the movie.
Nia, it's great to meet you.
You
Wish
as
you all
well.
the best with the movie.
Thank
and
you.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you.